In this video, we'll show you how to change the front brake hose on your Chevy Silverado. You can find it on CarParts.com via the link in the description. For safety reasons, we strongly suggest watching our video on how to jack your Chevy Silverado safely. Using a fork, unclip the ABS sensor cable retaining clip located on the upper control arm. Using a ratchet and a 10mm socket, unscrew the bolt holding the ABS sensor cable and brake hose clamp. Then shift the clamp. Place a container to collect the fluid under the caliper, since the brake fluid may leak out. Using a ratchet and an 11mm socket, unscrew the Banjo screw connecting the hose to the caliper. Then remove it. Here's a tip. You can limit brake fluid leakage during this operation by plugging both sides of the Banjo screw with Banjo shutter pliers. Using a wire brush, start by brushing the metal hose connection of the brake hose and spray it with penetrating oil. Using a 13mm open ring wrench, undo the metal hose connector from the brake hose while it is still on its support. Then, using a fork, remove the brake hose retaining clip. Finish unscrewing the hose. You can now remove the hose. Here's a tip. You can limit brake fluid leakage during this operation by plugging the metal hose connector with stopper pliers. Hey, it's Alex from CarParts.com. For great content, our best price, and fast shipping, download the CarParts.com app now. You can now clean the junction between the metal connector and the brake hose with a wire brush and brake cleaner to remove the brake fluid, which can be corrosive. You can order the brake hoses used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Take the new brake hose. Here's a tip. You can limit brake fluid leakage during this operation by plugging both sides of the Banjo screw with Banjo shutter pliers. Then insert it from its upper part. Screw the metal hose connector back on part way. Then put the retaining clip back in place. You can now finish tightening the metal hose connector. Get the new seals and the Banjo screw. Put a seal on the Banjo screw and install the assembly on the hose. Then put the second seal on the Banjo screw. Screw the Banjo screw that connects the brake hose to the caliper back until it makes contact. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. Screw the brake hose mounting bracket back on. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. Replace the ABS sensor cable in its slots. You can now clean the junction between the metal connector and the brake hose with brake cleaner to remove the brake fluid, which can be corrosive. When replacing a brake hose, you need to bleed the brake fluid system to remove air from the system. To do this, we suggest watching our video, How to Bleed the Brake Fluid System, Chevy Silverado. After bleeding, remember to clean the caliper disc assembly with brake cleaner. Then you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put the car back on the ground and block the wheels properly. Don't forget to screw the brake fluid cap back on before starting the car. Operation complete.
Quality parts, priced right, CarParts.com.